What should I do if my child does not have good test scores?
So it's important to keep in mind that test scores oftentimes are not the only factor that colleges and universities are going to be looking at. So for example, at Illinois, yes, it is one part of our application review process, but we are also going to be looking at grades, course rigor, there's an essay, we're going to be looking at involvement outside of the classroom as well. And so just making sure that, if possible, that your student is really strong in each of those other areas. If you really feel that their test scores are not necessarily preparing them for the programs and the universities that they're looking at, assisting them in some of the test preparation through various resources within your community, looking into renting, purchasing, or just checking out different types of textbooks, going online, using some of the online resources to help prepare your child to take those exams. And if possible, of course, there is always tutoring as well for both usually the ACT and the SAT. So it's really dependent upon your situation, but just know that it's not the only factor that most schools are going to be looking at when they're reviewing their applicants.
I will add that oftentimes there is the opportunity to retake exams, and so I would strongly encourage it. For Illinois, when we review an application, we only review the highest composite score, and the highest subscores, even if they're not from the same exam. So we're trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. So I would strongly encourage you to retake an exam if you are not comfortable with your first score.
And you can also kind of look into how the universities that you're looking at review their applications in terms of how many test scores you can send each institution, and as well as what is the last date for you to send test scores. So for example, at Illinois, we will accept new test scores up until the date that you actually receive your final decision. And so even if you take the test after you already have applied and submitted your test scores already, we will review new test scores if they are higher.